what's one of the things that you've heard about recently related to an educator adapting his or her practice with students that's, I guess really inspiring you and exciting you?
Well, it's not so much one educator, it's the hundreds of thousands of folks who are adapting as fast as they can to meet the needs of their students. And just this week, we're in our new weekly webinars. And part of the inspiration is we can only hold 300 in a webinar, and each week we have 1,400 teachers from across the world who are logging in, trying to get as much help as they can to move project-based learning online. This week, we're actually featuring teachers who've been doing that. And, every time I hear their stories, this is an emotional time. I start to get really choked up because they're working really hard to adapt what they're pretty darn good at in person to creating really engaging learning experiences that meet the kids where they're at, it's culturally responsive, in their homes. And so we're going to feature many stories, several stories this week in our webinar, people to see. One of the things that we hear over and over again is how teachers who already had a practice of project-based learning are having an easier time right now in transitioning, because project-based learning really naturally fits with this time where you're getting a small amount of time with students, and then you're asking them to be self-directed in their learning, do some research, do some design, create products, share their learning and prep for that. Making the transition, if you haven't been doing that, is quite difficult. For the PBL teachers and their students, nothing's natural about this time, but it's a little bit more natural than having to figure out how you stay motivated doing worksheets, reading textbooks, completing packets.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that picture you painted of, the inspiration is that, I think that educators on the whole, right, they're not sitting by waiting for somebody to tell them, this is the answer, right? Like they're answering the call of the moment and making sure they're as best as they're able, supporting their students to help continue them on their learning trajectory.
Mm-hmm.